What's up, everybody? Ted Forbes here, and today we are going to do our weekly segment of The Week in Pictures. This is a show that I'm doing once a week now, where I cull together images taken over the last week in the world of photojournalism to share with you guys. I want to give you a word of warning, and this is one of those weeks where something came up, and there are two images that I'm going to show you, and they are of animals. Now, the images themselves are not disturbing. In fact, they are gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. However, the subject matter is a little more difficult to handle, and so if you are sensitive to animal abuse topics and things like that, I just wanted to provide a warning before we got into this. But I do want to include them because I think that is part of the power of photography, particularly in the photojournalism realm, is to raise awareness on things. And so I want to include them for that reason. I'm going to move this show. We're going to do this on the weekends. And the reason is because I really need a full day on Friday. And that's really the best day for me to do that, to prepare. I have a little script written here because there's a lot of names. I got to double check pronunciation and stuff. So in order to do this show correctly, I'm going to move it to the weekend. This is the third installment, and if you want to see the others, I will put a link to a playlist that I've made, and I'll put that in the video and then in the show description as well. So when you're done with this video, if you want to watch something else that we've done along these lines, you can do so. So let's go ahead and talk about this week in pictures. Our week begins with the extreme heat of summer rolling through most of the United States. This image from the Yards Park in Washington, D.C. shows a boy cooling off next to a waterfall as heat waves moved across the D.C. area. Summer wildfires spread through Southern California this week, notably in Santa Clarita, California, outside Los Angeles. Thousands of homes were evacuated as two massive wildfires spread through the dry hills and canyons. A chopper can be seen here dropping retardant near Placerita Canyon Road as the fire destroyed 18 homes. Several other fires in California this week burned more than 50,000 acres of land. The Sand Fire in Santa Clarita, as well as the Soberanes Fire near Carmel by the Sea. Smoke from the Soberanes Fire, combined with a jet stream marine layer, reduced visibly north of Big Sur. In Castellón, Spain, a helicopter collects water to put out a fire in Artana, and the sun can be seen setting over a forest shrouded in smoke from the Siberian taiga wildfire in Russia. A group of people watch storm clouds from Havana's Seafront Boulevard in El Malecón, Cuba. The beach volleyball venue is set up in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The Christ the Redeemer statue is seen in the background as Rio de Janeiro is about to be the host city for the 2016 Olympic Games. This polar bear is seen on display in an aquarium in Guangzhou, China. Located in a shopping mall, the aquarium has been under criticism from various animal rights groups. The aquarium opened in January and houses 500 species, including 2 polar bears, 5 walrus calves, 6 whales, and 2 Arctic wolves. The animals are kept in enclosures displayed to the public that are too small for them to engage in natural behavior. The animals suffer lack of stimulation and natural light. A lion naps in a zoo in Caracas, Venezuela. Due to chronic food shortages in South America, a reported 50 animals have starved to death in the last 6 months at one of Venezuela's main zoos. On Monday, officers' reflections are seen in front of the Living Faith Christian Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Funeral services for Officer Montrell Jackson are about to begin. Pope Francis visits Auschwitz in Poland, where he is seen paying respects by the death wall in the former Nazi German concentration and extermination camp. The Pope had spent the previous day addressing 1 million youth gathered in Krakow for World Youth Day, an event occurring every 3 years put on by the Catholic Church. On Tuesday, a priest listens to a confession on the Bologna Meadows. Reporters this week were invited to accompany police officers in the field. One of the first accompanied by the New York Times was Deputy Matt Stakavich, seen here praying with Pastor Dwayne Hewitt of Ridge Road Baptist Church in Hiram, Georgia. The silhouette of the bell tower in Saint-Étienne-du-Rouvray is seen Wednesday in Normandy. An attack on the church was carried out here by assailants linked to the Islamic State. Father Jacques Hamel was killed with a knife, and other hostages were seriously wounded in the attack. Orthodox believers mark the 1028th anniversary of Kievan Rus Christianization. Ukrainian priests, monks, nuns, and viewers attend a march in downtown Kiev, Ukraine, and an Orthodox priest baptizes a woman in the Yenisei River during a ceremony. Before a procession in praise of Hindu goddess Maha Mariamman on Sunday, an Indian devotee gets his body pierced by priests with needles attached to hanging lemons. The annual religious procession gives thanks to the goddess in return for having wishes fulfilled. A transgender woman prepares for her part in an annual celebration of Mayana Kolai, where transgender women transform into the deities that they worship. The Gutierrez family live in the Mexican state of Oaxaca and have leased their land to Spanish companies for wind power. The financial benefit has been reported as almost nothing as they live under the turbines. In Damascus, men carry a body Monday as airstrikes are carried out by the Syrian government on the rebel-held town. In Pristina, Kosovo, a girl walks past the candles of a vigil for the 9 people shot and killed at a Munich shopping center. 3 of these victims were from Kosovo. On Thursday, Chancellor Angela Merkel meets with news media of her intentions continuing the effort to assimilate migrants from Syria into German society. So this concludes our segment for today, and just a couple things to think about on this. I intentionally pick images that are not mainstream headline news. For instance, in the United States this week, we saw both political parties do their conventions in this crazy circus that is the U.S. presidential election. And I intentionally did not pick anything from that, mainly because I think most people are familiar with that news already, and I think there were just things that were better. Now, I think there's a little bit of a flip side to that, because if I'm saying that I'm picking photographs based on photographic merit, but I'm going to exclude things because they're mainstream news, what do you guys think of that? I feel like if there is a photograph that's worth showing, it should be shown. And so I may choose to go that route as we get further into this. But I'm really excited about doing this show, and I'm glad you guys are excited to be watching it. So if you have any suggestions or anything, please leave a comment below. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, share it. That's really important. And always subscribe to The Art of Photography so you'll be up to date whenever I put these out. We're moving it to the weekend. And until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Later.